Peter Thiel says that we take the future for granted, but the future won't come by its own. To build the future, we can't just improve and make more of what we already have. We have to create something new. The next Bill Gates won't build an operating system. The next Larry Page and Sergey Brin won't create a search engine. He says, quote, "If you're copying these guys, then you didn't learn from them." The book's about how to create new companies that build new things. New things, 0 to 1. When we create more of what already exists, we go from 1 to n. Taking something that already works, copying it, or incrementally improving it, like for instance building a new food or delivery app. 0 to 1, on the other hand, is creating something unique, proprietary technology, services that never existed before, i.e. going from 0 to the first telephone. Quote, "The act of creation is singular, as is the moment of creation, and the result is fresh and strange." Some examples of these 0 to 1 moments are, for instance, fire, gunpowder, electricity, the internet, and on a smaller scale, Bitcoin, the iPhone, the reusable rocket. These things are new. In this book review, I will cover some of the key takeaways from this book, but I won't be able to cover it all. This book is thin, but it still covers a lot of things. And I can't be able to cover it all because it will take all day for you to listen to. So how do we create something new? So the ingredient that allows humans to go from 0 to 1 is technology. Man is different from other animals because we can work miracles. Quote, "We call these miracles technology." Technology is miraculous because it allows us to do more with less. And we see this every day. Another way for us to do more things that are from 0 to 1 is that we need to reason from first principles. Quote, "The single most powerful pattern I've noticed is that the most successful people find value in unexpected places, and they do this by thinking about business from first principles instead of formulas." A key takeaway from this book is the contrarian question, an interview question that Thiel often asks. What important truth do very few people agree with you on? A good answer to these questions is formed something like this. Most people believe in X, but the truth is the opposite. This is really a question to ponder. It's easy to think that you have something that you believe is true that other people don't. Maybe you believe in American exceptionalism, or you believe in the statement that God is truth. These could be considered contrarian answers, but are they really? Because a lot of people agree with you on it. Think about this question. What is something that very, 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 very few people agree with you on, that you know is true, but most people believe the opposite? Great question to ponder. Another interesting takeaway from this book is Peter Thiel's 3 ways of seeing the future. The first one is the indefinite pessimism. The future is bleak and we can't do much about it. This leads, of course, to passivity and short-term thinking. And then there is definite pessimism, that the future is bleak, but it's predictable. For instance, that we would plan for the demise of populations, that we plan for the climate to go to shit. And then there is indefinite optimism, that the future will be better, but we really don't know how. This leads to randomness in planning, betting, and lottery ticket thinking, i.e. Diversifying without any conviction at all. And then you have the ultimate way of thinking about the future, which is definite optimism and the key idea. The future will be better and we can build it. This is the mindset of founders, builders, and innovators. So this was an extremely short kind of taste of this book. And I'm out and about today because I didn't have any space to record at home, keeping it short. But I want to tell you about the verdict of this book because I actually loved it. I loved it a lot. It even made it to my great books list. And not many books do that. My expectations for this book was quite low. I didn't expect much from it because I thought it would be old and outdated. But boy, was I wrong. I love the direct and no filler style of writing, the challenges and the questions that Thiel asks you lingers with you. I still think about this book a lot, every month, every day, every week, months after I read it. I think it's been 2 months now at least. So I expected it to be outdated, but I found that it was essential, important, very current and relevant for the next 5 years as well that are coming up. When we enter the singularity and things are really hard to grasp, the lessons and mindsets from these books are key or crucial, because things are going to get really weird really fast if you haven't noticed already. So that was the short review of Peter Thiel's book. It made it to the great books list. You have the link to that in the description below. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. It helps me. Like the video. We have the newsletter I'm sending out every week, giving small book recommendations, hidden gems, personal stories. It's just jam-packed with all the most important content that I have created during the week. So join that little family. We're 22 subscribers right now. So it's a small little village we're building. Let me know what you're reading this week in the comments, and see you next week with more book reviews. Then it will be Slaughterhouse 5 and it's a classic, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. Until then, Björn out. Peace. Read this book.